Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave Gagne. I'm the head men's basketball coach at Central Maine Community College. Welcome to our annual press conference. This is an opportunity for us to introduce to you some of our players. Today we have two veterans, Cam Pollock on my left from Manchester, New Hampshire, Boston Caldwell from Auckland, New Zealand on my right. And we'll now open it up for questions.
Okay, Boston, how about we start with you? Returning player, get a look at the team. What do you see as the real strengths of the team this year?
A huge strength, like as a whole, is that we can all score the basketball. We're all a really good scoring team. We like from one through to 17, 18, like we can all score the basketball. So I guess being out on the floor with one another gives us the opportunity to, you know, everyone can get their own, everyone can score the ball, we can move the ball, we can trust everyone, no matter one through five, you know, if it's from our point guard all the way to our center, like we have trust and faith in everyone that can score the ball. So it's definitely a huge strength that we have coming into the season. So, yeah.
Old school basketball, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Cam?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think this team, compared to last year, I would say grew, you know, bringing people from like Australia and New Zealand. We have a kid from England, you know. Bringing people from different backgrounds allows different strengths, you know. So.
Yeah. Mark Tarkott from WIGY. Boston, how does a kid from Auckland, New Zealand end up at Central Maine Community College in Auburn, Maine?
Yeah, I mean, I get this question quite a lot, especially when I went back home over break. You know, you just gotta, at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you, and Central Maine was kind of the best fit for me, and like I had trust and faith in the coaching staff, and then last year when I first got to the school, you know, meeting all my new teammates, all the new players, definitely kind of built that family relationship. You know, on our warm-up shirts we have the word family, so we're able to kind of build that strength, and then especially coming to the second year we have 7 returners, and then knowing that we can create another big family of all these new guys, and I got one of my best mates from New Zealand with me, so kind of being able to bring him along and then expanding the family and expanding into a new team that's going to be stronger and a lot better is definitely a huge positive.
I guess I'm curious too how the connection was made. Like, did you hear about CM and reach out to them? Did
Yeah,
CM
so
reach out to you?
I was scouting through a website and I seen Central Maine, and then kind of me and Coach got in contact with after like 5 minutes of kind of reaching out and talking. We're on a FaceTime call, and it's just kind of blew my mind with the opportunities that he was going to give me while I'm here. So, yeah. And then obviously reaching out to Coach Carey as well. We were in contact, and just like, you know, expanded my mind with the choice of coming here and kind of knowing that I'm going to get better as a person on and off the court and in the classroom as well.
And Cam, Boston mentioned that in your warm-ups you have the word family on the back of your warm-ups. Can you talk a little bit about the culture here and about that family atmosphere?
Yeah, so for example, when I first came here, the first thing Coach would really talk to me about was it's a family atmosphere. And where I'm from, like where we grew up, all we talk about is family. From AAU to high school, that's the culture I like. So when we got here, he talked about family and everything, and you don't really realize what he means by family until you really come here. Because when we came here, you realize everybody's together all the time. It's such a small campus. You don't really see much of the other kids, but us as a basketball team, we all live together. We have apartments over there, and there's 4-2 apartment, 2 floors. So being that we all live together, we all practice together, we all, you know, eat together, we do a lot of things together. Especially when you first come here, training camp, you don't realize it's family right away, like I said, but as training camp starts, everybody just starts to click. And I didn't think that was going to be the case coming here, because, you know, it's college. Everybody, when you go to the next level, you kind of look for your own. But I think when you came here, realizing that no one really looks for their own, it's more of it's not you win, it's going to be we win. It's not I win, you know, so it's all we here. So I think that's the biggest.
Okay, you've got a year under your belt now too. So do you think your personal game has changed since last year? And if so, how?
I'd like to say it changed, you know. Every year you try to get to the next level, get to the next step, set goals for yourself to obtain them and to be better than you were the day before, the week before, the year before. So I think I have. Coming in last year, you don't realize college basketball, even at this level. There's obviously higher levels, but you don't realize college basketball and the pace that it is, the strength, that when you come here, everybody can do pretty much everything. So what are you going to do that the next guy's not going to do? It's kind of like what you have to think about. So for me, the biggest thing was, I'm small. So for me, I can't help my height, you know what I mean? So I think fixing everything else with my strength, ball handling, IQ, I think that was a really big thing. But one of my friends, he's on the team too, Kenray, back home, we would work, and then we would go straight from work to work out. And I think us pushing each other made us better because we knew what we had to work on for this year. And not only me, but I think all our returners improved. Like, we all started from here. Like, we started here, and then last year to end of year, we got here, and I think we all got here. It's hard to say the new people that came on the team because we've only been with them for a couple months, but the returners, I would say a lot of people grew, and somebody that stands out to me is Jeremiah. Jeremiah came in here last year, not that much confidence, but this year it's like he's a whole new, it feels like he had a shell, and I think this year he broke out of that shell, and he's tremendous right now, and it's good for him, it's good for all of us, because I think me, Jeremiah, Boston, all the returners that came back, we all push each other. We all try to hold each other accountable. So if we all got better, it just makes the person to our left and the right even better.
Getting better, of course, involves practices. Boston, I understand you guys practice sometimes?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your practices.
One thing.
What's it like? Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that we coach always kind of brings in is just repetition. We're always trying to get the best at doing the same thing over and over because that's how our team works. By moving the ball on the wing, find the open player, find the open shot. That's definitely a huge thing that we work on. Is just honestly just the repetition because it's going to bring the best out of us in our plays and the drills we do. So that's definitely one thing that our practice involve is the repetition of going over everything.
And this question is for whoever wants to take it. I'm curious, both of you are second-year players.
Yeah.
How do you welcome new players to the team? Is there a process there, or do they just kind of?
I guess I'll talk amongst the internationals. Obviously I can relate to them a lot more quicker. Especially we have 3 Australians, obviously New Zealand, and then from the UK as well. We've all kind of grown up with similar backgrounds. New Zealand and Australia are really similar, so we can all. They will open up a lot more to the international side of things than to I guess the Americans. But that's just because just of how how they've grown up and where they've come from. So that was definitely kind of my role, and coaches talked to me about that, about making sure I can get them warm and welcome to everything, and then as everyone starts to get comfortable and we start training with each other, we all kind of become one big family. But
yeah, like you said, the people overseas, they went to Boston quick, which obviously it's someone like you, for example. So for me, all the Americans, if we want to split everybody up, all the Americans would come to me, or I just try to make them feel welcome. We have a kid from Texas, coming from how many states down that is. It's a far place from home without his family. So I think making sure he can have a brother to relate to, someone who he can just come to that makes him feel like family. I think it's a big thing. So I think, yeah.
What programs are you guys in, and plans for next year?
So I'm currently studying business. My plans for next year, I'm looking to, first I want to win a championship here. That's the main goal. Because I know we have such a high opportunity to win a championship this year. We have such a strong team and such good coaching staff. So my plans for the next year, I want to carry on doing business, but I'd probably look to transfer to a different school. It's my second year, and I want the coaches to help me and find the best fit for me. So that'll be my plans for going into my third year.
For me, I think.
What program are you in?
Oh, my program, I'm in business. I used to be in exercise science, but I switched. So I'm in business right now. I think my plans next year, like Boston said, obviously it's first, not worried about next year right now, it's worried about the next step this year. So our next step right now is to be get through the semester, get a good record, and go into next semester and, get to nationals. I think last year we fell short, so understanding what we did and how we have to fix that to get there is a big thing. And if you go to nationals, more coaches look at you. So I think understanding that point and understanding that if you're here, coaches still look at you, but to get to nationals, there's way more coaches because if you win, they all come to see you. So I think my biggest thing is, obviously I want to play at the next level, but I also want a good education. So I think finding a school that's going to be right for me and give me the best academics as well as the ability to play basketball still, I think is the biggest thing for me, as well as I want all my teammates to succeed. So I think if we go to nationals, I don't want just me going, for example. I want everybody around me to succeed. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Very nice. All right, folks, let's take a commercial break, and we'll come back with two players.
Helping people is kind of ingrained into me. I am so glad that I chose to be here. It's a really great program.
Primary dental in the heart. The instructors are super helpful.
They really do set you up to be successful in the field.
The new hospital simulation lab here at CMCC is a great addition.
It's as close to replicating real life as you can get.
We did an IV lab.
With a mannequin, it's nice to get your toes wet before you jump into a clinical setting.
Deep breath. CMCC is the best place to start nursing. It's challenging, but you are learning.
You have a smaller size classroom, smaller ratio to instructors.
It's affordable.
It really provided me relief that I'm not going to accrue a lot of debt.
I needed to set myself and my family up for success after.
I'm going to come out of this able to actually practice as an RN in the real field. It's a wonderful opportunity.
Well, welcome back, folks, to our press conference. On the left-hand side, Jeremiah Simeon from Norwalk, Connecticut. And on the right, Wyatt Hathaway from Turner, Maine. We'll open it up for questions.
Okay, Wyatt, Jeremiah, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
All right, thank you. Wyatt, I understand that you and Boston were the big scorers, the main scorers last year. So do you anticipate that continuing this season?
I think we got a lot of guys that can score, and I definitely think it was going to be a different person every game. Last year, we had a couple guys that could get it done each and every night. Me and Boston scored it. That's our job. Coach's big thing is everyone has their roles, and we have guys on our team that can go in and play defense. We have guys that can rebound, guys that can set up the offense like Cam and Jackson, and so we have a lot of different roles that everyone knows what they need to do. And I think me and Boston are going to score some games, and I also think any other guy on the team is going to score some games. So.
All right, you guys have some unfinished business from last year, right? Is the goal this year championship or bust, Jeremiah?
I mean, I think for like second-year players like me, Wyatt, like everybody else that coming back for our second year, I think realistically, yeah, just because you only get 2 years being here, unless you decide to, keep going or something else. But for us, I think that's the biggest goal. Just coming up short last year in the fashion that we did, I think so, yeah.
He's not in the room, so I want to talk about Coach Gagne a little bit. Wyatt, how would you describe Coach Gagne's style and how he relates to the players?
He's not like every coach you'll ever find. He's very family oriented, so it's like, a lot of coaches are just involved in the basketball on the court stuff. Coach is involved in the classroom. He's involved, he just asks us how our day's going. If you go down to his office during the day, there's at least 5 of us in there all the time, just hanging out, talking to him, enjoying time together. So I think it's definitely a little different compared to other coaches, but it's also great to have another person that you can lean on and you can go to for anything that you need. So.
Yeah. Jeremiah, same experience.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say just the way that he is, it's like he said, mainly family stuff. And it's you could talk to him about, obviously we all talk to him basketball stuff on the court, but even off the court, we've all had our fair share of conversations with him. Sometimes
like towards the end of the year last year, at the time I was winding down to go home, he just like kept asking me about like what's it called, like my family, my mom and stuff like that, just checking up on my side. And like even if we're having, or not we're, like me personally, say I had like a bad practice or something, like my head's down, like you could just sense my energy was off or something, he'll like find me at the right time and just ask like how I'm doing, see what's going on, like try to get like more of an insight to understand.
Jeremiah, what would you say are some of the changes your squad has made, since last season? Can you point to anything specifically?
I think the biggest thing would probably just be like in a physical sense, like everybody on our team is like a lot bigger and taller than last year. I feel like last year, like if you're another team scouting us, you could just point out like a certain players that are just like shorter than others, like point out certain mismatches. But I feel like this year, everybody that coaches brought in, and just like the whole team as a whole, like anybody could guard anybody 1 through 5. So we're all like having the length on the court will allow for like just better defense overall, offense, just better opportunity. And I think that's one of the biggest changes coming in.
Right, would you agree with that or have anything to add?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Coach Carey, when they were recruiting, they definitely went for a lot of size. I think we had a lot of guys returning that were guards, like me, Cam, Boston, Jeremiah played a little both, Kenray, Ashanti, and Malik. Like we have a lot of guards coming back and not a lot of bigs. So Coach Carey and Coach definitely went after some height and some size, and I think that'll be a little different from last year. We kind of only had 1 or 2 big guys that are rotating in, but like Jeremiah said, I think this year it's going to be a lot different than last year in terms of size and the big guys we put out there on the court.
How does the atmosphere at Kerr College Gymnasium compare to other gyms where you guys play, especially during the playoffs?
Yeah, I'll take it. It is definitely a crazy atmosphere for sure. I came from a D3 school and we went to 20 different places to play, and I have not seen a crowd as big or as crazy as what we get, especially when it comes to playoffs. Like last year, our first round game was on a Saturday in the middle of the afternoon, and it was completely packed. And then we played SM the next round, and we had 40, 50 people just standing in front of the doorways trying to see from almost out into the hall. So it's definitely, I think it helps us a lot. Teams come in. It's hard to play in an environment like that, especially when we got a lot of students in the crowd that are yelling and screaming and all that. So it's definitely a hard place to play.
What do you guys think about the diversity on the team? This community college here in Auburn, Maine. Got players from a lot further away from Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
Texas, international players. What are your thoughts about that?
Personally, I think the diversity adds, I guess like flavor or just like a different aspect to it. I feel like whenever, like growing up, your teammates that you have like through high school, middle school, you guys are all from the same area, so you all really pretty much have like the same backstory. You guys all kind of came from the same area. But now it's like you hear stories from like people from the UK, Australia. Like we'll be sitting around the caf like talking about certain stuff, and it's like they call soda pop, what I'm saying? Like they call certain stuff different. So it just like it adds, like you learn certain things too, just like you just pick up on certain things that they may do differently, and like stuff that we do that we think is normal to them will be odd, and just like vice versa. So I really think that part adds, it just adds another sense to just like that you can learn from, and it's like stuff that you can really just pick up off.
You guys have another season of memories to make here at CM before you head out, but I'm curious as to, up until now, what memory on the basketball court sticks out for the both of you? We'll start with Wyatt.
The second semester we played SM here for senior night, and it was kind of cool because last year we had a kid that everybody loved, and he didn't really play a whole lot, but he got to start on senior night, which was pretty cool. And first semester we lost to them, and we really thought that we had a good shot to beat them. So the game just really didn't go our way, and that was probably my favorite memory from last year, just like on the court. But off the court, like just countless times, just sitting in like an apartment or in the CAF or even in here, just like, or in coach's office, just hanging out and all of us in one room together, just talking and different stories and stuff like that is cool. So,
personally, I think it would be the SM game that we played here. I guess I could go for both because, like, for both games, like, I feel like the gyms that I came from before, it wasn't really too loud or whatever. Like games would get packed, certain like rival high school games, but like I feel like walking into the gym for the SM game is kind of something that I wasn't ever really prepared for. Like, it changes the whole temperature of the gym. There's so many people breathing on each other. It's just so hot. So it's just like, for me, I feel like just like witnessing that, like the first game that we played SM here, it was kind of like surreal, just like seeing like how many people. It was kind of like a shock to me. So I mean, I was able to like soak that in, but like at the same time, you still have to play the game. But just seeing that and like how well our team was able to play that first game, that one, I'd say for me would be that game.
As I know your coach would say, your students first. So what academic programs are you in? And do you have any plans for the future?
I'm in the exercise science program. I want to move on after this and play somewhere and work on a degree in physical therapy. So that's kind of my plan.
So I'm on my third major change. I started in graphic communication because I wanted to do like web development and stuff, and then I did computer technology and just try to like test that field out. But the computer technology program, I felt like it was a little bit too fast-paced for me. So right now I'm just in general studies, hoping to like just get the credits that I need and then play elsewhere so I could just like narrow down what I actually want to do. I didn't really want to make like the wrong decision, so I feel like just being able to stay in the middle will allow me to make that choice later on.
One more thing for me, I host a morning radio show on WIGY in Auburn, and we have a lot of athletes on the show, a lot of local athletes. And one of the things I love doing when we have two athletes from the same team in the studio is to have them deliver a scouting report on each other. So, Jeremiah, I'm thinking about drafting Wyatt. What can you tell me about him?
I'd say you already know what you're going to get with shooting-wise. You know, you let Wyatt get a couple shots off, they start going down. I feel like just from that point on, it's just going to keep getting, like, if you're an opposing team, it's just going to get worse for you. You just keep allowing them to get open looks. Like, I feel like in 2K, there's a microwave badge. If you keep shooting and you're making your shots, the shot just gets better and better. So I feel like for Wyatt, that's really what you know you're going to get.
All right, Wyatt, I'm thinking about drafting Jeremiah. What can you tell me?
You're going to get a guy that can play defense. He could guard anybody on the floor, 1 to 5. Last year, there was multiple times where he was guarding the point guard, and then 2 trips later, he was guarding the biggest guy on the court. You're also going to get someone that can go to the rim against anybody. Practice, no one can really stop him when he wants to get to the rim. And when he does get there, if he misses the first one, he's going to bully everybody out of the way and grab it and put it back in after that. But you're also just going to get someone that plays hard. He's always on the floor in practice and talks on defense and does all the little things like rebound and communicate. Yeah, you're just going to get an all-around guy that can really do a lot.
Good stuff. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Sir.
All right, folks, we'll take a commercial break, come back with 2 more players.
When I walked through these doors, I was just blown away.
This is insane. It just caught my attention immediately.
This is the first place that I've seen like this decked out. It's pretty sweet.
This is a grand opening for our esports arena. We're talking 1,600 square feet of pure technology.
Like, I'm shaking being here. It's so cool.
There's nothing like it in Maine. We're ahead of the curve here.
It's definitely a big market, something you can make a living on.
I've always had an interest in esports.
So we're treating it like an extension of our athletic program. And then in addition to that, we're starting an esports management degree program.
It's just a different community for me to be a part of.
It really just helps me just be myself. It's just really fun.
This will bring students together. That's what's happening, and that's what esports is.
To me, it's beautiful, and I want to live here.
Welcome back, folks. I'm delighted to introduce 2 of our Aussie players. Logan on my left side and Harry on the right side. They're both from Port Macquarie, Australia, and I'll let them tell you a bit more about themselves and hold for questions.
Hey guys, Mark Turcott from WIGY Radio. I think the obvious first question is, how do a couple of guys from Australia end up in Auburn, Maine, playing basketball for CM? We'll start with you, Harry.
Yeah, I get that a bit as well. Well, we both have a manager called Richard, and he got in contact with Steve, Coach Steve. I guess we just both saw that we got a message from Coach Steve Carey, and then we just thought it'd be a good idea to go to college together, and we just went from there.
Yeah, so pretty much just got a message from Steve and spoke to Harry about it. Said, I got the same school, so started to see how it goes. Spoke to Steve for a while, and then here we are now.
How are you guys adjusting to being away from home?
Well, earlier in the year I was at another prep school, but I'm really enjoying it. Everyone's so welcoming here. Like, that was the main reasons I wanted to come here. It's just when I was on the call with Coach Gagne, he just said it's a family type community, and it's just, we've got nice facilities, really enjoy it,
Guys, I'd be interested to know a little bit more about your backgrounds. You both come from the same community.
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit about your communities, where you went to school, how early you started playing basketball, those kinds of things?
So
start with you, Logan.
So we're from a small coastal town, middle of the east coast of Australia. So it's pretty, not too big, like beaches. And I've been playing basketball since I was about 8 or 9. So it's grown up playing it. It's second nature to do this. And,
yeah, we've been friends since high school, and we used to live like a minute away from each other. Coastal town. I've been playing since like I was roughly 16 years old, so not too long. But yeah.
Is there a difference between basketball in Australia as opposed to here in the States?
Yeah.
Harry?
I think.
I'm sorry.
I think in Australia there's a lot more like plays and like fundamental. I've noticed here it's like more one-on-one. Like players are more skilled here, and like you can rely on one player to win a game. But in Australia it's like more of a team game. But there's like definitely more skilled players, and the defense is a bit more hands-on and physical. Definitely noticed that while I'm here.
Well, the league we played in was a men's league, so like open men's league. So used to a lot like bigger, stronger bodies on the court, and so it's just different type of game, really. A lot slower as well. Here it's a lot faster, the game.
Did you play any other sports while you were, growing up? Is basketball your favorite?
Yeah, well, I played pretty much most of the sports like cricket, rugby league, rugby union, basketball. I just happened to enjoy basketball the most, and thought I could see where I can go with it.
Yeah, I played Australian sport called rugby league, and then I enjoyed that most of my life. But then I just got too long and lanky, so I thought I'd move to basketball, and really enjoyed it. Had a lot of good friends in that sport, so yeah.
So Logan, what do you consider the strengths of your game?
Personally, I think like my shooting athleticism, it really adds to the team. Like we got Harry inside who's big, and if he gets stuck, we have shooters on the team as well, alongside me, that we can help him get open shots inside, and we can get open shots outside. So like bring the team together to
well, I believe I've got a pretty good post game, and it just helps having like other good players that can spread the floor, and even just help me on like say pick and rolls, give me good passes. We have two really good guards that just help me set up for that.
Logan, can you talk a little bit about how you were welcomed to the team when you arrived?
I was welcomed, my parents came with me, make sure I was set in, but all the players came to our room, said hello, introduced themselves, and it was good at Boston, helped us settle in, us 5 new international players this year. So we all get along well, like see each other all day, every day. Like even the Americans, like they come up to our room, say hello if we need to, like help us out, take us to Walmart, buy food. Like they were like real family, but like we all get along.
And Harry, I'm sure you heard a lot of great things about CM. That's probably why you're here.
Yeah.
Has it met your expectations, exceeded your expectations? How would you
Definitely
sum that up?
exceeded. Definitely exceeded. Just love it here. I'm enjoying being here with everyone. Have fun every day. Classes are good. Teachers are really nice and helpful. I'm loving basketball right now, playing in the team. I just can't wait for the games to start. Yeah, everyone's really nice, welcoming. Yeah, it's good.
So Harry, you're 6'8"?
Yeah.
Probably one of the tallest players in the Yankee Conference, I suspect. Can you tell us a little bit about how important the post game is going to be for you this season?
Yeah, well, I feel like all positions, a good post game is good, because if you have a good post game, you can spread the floor. You can have your more perimeter players. They can have more spacing, so they can get room to shoot. We have another good couple big guys. We have another 6'7" guy, Josh from the UK, and yeah, I feel like we'll have a really good year.
So I'm curious, off campus, how many times do people ask you if you play basketball?
Oh, a few.
Yeah.
A
few a day?
Yeah, definitely.
One of the questions I'd love to ask the both of you is to deliver a scouting report on each other. So,
all right.
Logan,
You go first, Logan.
Logan, you're on my team, and I'm thinking about drafting Harry. What can you tell me about him?
Harry's strong inside. He'll like get a rebound, box out the defender, get a good post steal. He's also solid on defensive end, like tip shots, like effect shots, and if needed to, he can step up and like contain a smaller player if he's switching pick and roll. So that's good to have.
All right, Harry, looking over this Logan kid.
Yeah.
What can you tell me?
Say Logan, the main thing is just his athleticism and shooting. He's really fast, quick. He can get shots off really quickly. He's good off the dribble. He's got a good pull-up game that he's developing. He's getting there in the post. He's done some good post work. But yeah, defensively he's really good. Don't know what else to say.
I'm curious as to how you guys are adjusting to American culture. Maybe, outside of the campus, how's the food? How's the entertainment? Compared to back home.
How's the weather?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the weather's different. Like come from sunny, hot coastal town to grey sky some days, most days, cold.
Stay tuned.
Welcome to Maine.
Yeah, but yeah, the culture's different. The food's good, but very unhealthy. As you can imagine. Put on weight very fast while being here.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Have you seen the snow before?
I've seen the snow once. It was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen it before, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'll last a couple of days.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like 5 months of.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck to you. Yep.
All right, guys, we'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with 2 more players.
Helping people is kind of ingrained into me. I am so glad that I chose to be here. It's a really great program.
Primary downs in the heart.
The instructors are super helpful.
They really do set you up to be successful in the field.
The new hospital simulation lab here at CMCC is a great addition.
It's as close to replicating real life as you can get.
We did an IV lab.
With a mannequin, it's nice to get your toes wet before you jump into a clinical setting.
Deep breath. CMCC is the best place to start nursing. It's challenging, but you are learning.
We have a smaller size classroom, smaller ratio to instructors.
It's affordable.
It really provided me relief that I'm not going to accrue a lot of debt.
I needed to set myself and my family up for success after.
I'm going to come out of this able to actually practice as an RN in the real field. It's a wonderful opportunity.
through these doors, I was just blown away.
This is insane. It just caught my attention immediately.
This is the first place that I've seen like this decked out. It's pretty sweet.
This is a grand opening for our esports arena. We're talking 1,600 square feet of pure technology.
Like, I'm shaking being here. It's so cool.
There's nothing like it in Maine. We're ahead of the curve here.
It's definitely a big market, something you can make a living on.
I've always had an interest in esports.
So we're treating it like an extension of our athletic program. And then in addition to that, we're starting an esports management degree program.
It's just a different community for me to be a part of.
It really just helps me just be myself. It's just really fun.
This will bring students together. That's what's happening, and that's what esports is.
To me, it's beautiful, and I want to live here.
Welcome back, folks. It's my privilege to introduce Rocco Chang from New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand, and Josh Gentry from London, England, as our two players.
How you doing, guys?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Mark Turcott from WIGY Radio. I just want to let you know that Rocco gets my vote for having the coolest name in the Yankee Conference.
Thank you.
Rocco Chang. That's pretty awesome. So we have New Zealand and United Kingdom, and here we are in Auburn, Maine. Joshua, tell us your story. How did that happen?
So last year I actually played for a prep school in Florida, and I built my connection with Coach Carey through there. Playing in Florida last season, it was good to get my name out a little bit to colleges, and then I started building my connection with Coach Gonya and Coach Carey, and then I decided that this was the best fit for me. It's a great program here. Coaches are great, and yeah.
All right. What was their pitch to you to get you to come here?
The main thing that caught my interest was the family-based, like the family orientation that they have here, which has been a big talking point for most of the guys. It's really, we create such like strong relationships as players, as a team, and like Cam said earlier, we spend so much time together, and that's really starting to translate on the court as well. So I feel like we're going to be a really strong forces here with being a family. Yeah.
Rocco, what's your story?
So Boston, he was here last year. He kind of told me about the school and told me all the good things about it that he experienced here, and kind of persuaded me to come here. I had talks with Coach Gonya, and he really made it step to another step up to wanting to come here more, about family that we talked about, and it's just like a good way to start my college career here.
Is this your first time away from home?
Yeah, it is.
How are you adjusting?
Well, with Boston being here, it's been quite good. It hasn't been that much of a challenge. It's a bit weird not seeing my family every day, but having Boston around, it's like I've known him for a long time. It's like having just my brother around, so it's like kind of nice.
So, Josh, what's it like living on campus with your teammates? Can you tell us a little bit about that? And maybe Rocco, you can chime in after if you'd like.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, life at CM here is good. Living on campus with the teammates, we all live in apartments, which helps us spend a lot more time with each other, even more. It's quite a small campus, which has its positives, which helps build our family, like we said before. And I'd say that all of us living in the apartments is good as well, because we can just go into each other's rooms, check on each other. If someone's down or ill or needs something, we can always just check in, be there for each other, and just support each other whenever we need it.
Yeah, I think you covered all that there. Small campus is good, just keeps the environment real small and just close, and just builds us even stronger, helps us off court and on court with our situations and all that, and just gets us real close to talk about if we need something, and then we just got each other's backs with all that.
Do you experience any major changes in the game, in the approach, coaching strategies, the way practices are run, anything that were like real eye openers for you, just when you got started?
So my first transition from playing in the UK to America and Florida, I noticed that it's a lot fast paced, a lot faster paced. There's a lot more running involved. Back in the UK, it's starting to change now, but it's usually a lot more half court based, set based. And then, yeah, again here, it's fast, everyone's strong, everyone's going after it. You know, we're in a JUCO, everyone wants to move on and try and you know, better themselves. So, yeah, I definitely noticed that everyone's after it, yeah, sure.
Yeah, back home in New Zealand, it's a lot of play bases, a bit slower, a bit weaker. Here's very much different. Everyone's stronger, faster, very skilled here compared to New Zealand. It's just a very, very different level of style of basketball, but coping very well with it, and I'm adapting pretty good with it as well.
We've heard the word family throughout this event. And Rocco, I know you're friends with Boston, and obviously he welcomed you to the team, but can you tell us how you were welcomed by other players as well, and a little bit about the culture here at CM?
Yeah, everyone's very friendly here. Everyone will invite you for anything. No one wants to get left out. Everyone just wants everyone to have a good time and not see anyone like in a bad mood or feeling down about themselves. Everyone's got someone's back, and everyone has someone to talk to here. And like, it's a good thing with our family, like orientated team. That, like, we just stick together and stay strong.
That's how winning is done, right? Yeah. Joshua, sure. Same deal for you?
Yeah, I totally agree with what Rocco just said. Yeah, like you said, it is how winning is done, which is going to be a big focal point for us. You know, the guys falling short last year as well, so I feel like it's going to be good. Yeah.
Josh, I understand you're only the second player from the UK to play here at CM. Do you feel any pressure, added pressure, because of that, or how are you tackling that?
I feel like when you feel like you're representing where you're from, there'll always be some sense of pressure, but I don't really feel the pressure when I'm here because, you know, such a great team, great support. I feel like I kind of like the fact that I'm the only second Brit here because it allows me to pave the pathway for more UK players to get out to the States and really get their names out there. And I feel like CM being such a great program, I feel like hopefully after me they can see how much of a good program it is and that they'd like to follow my footsteps and come here and get what needs to be done. Yeah.
Academics, what programs are you in? And any plans for the future beyond CM?
So I'm in I'm in exercise science program. I've always been fascinated with the human body, so that's why I'm taking that. And after CM, I like to play basketball at the highest level I possibly can. So going to see where basketball takes me, and then I'll always be involved around the game, doing the exercise science program. So be able to help players, return from injury, stuff like that. That'll be an interest of mine as well.
Yeah, I'm a business major. Something I like to do, but back home, if I do finish, probably go into like trades, so like plumbing or something like around that area. Yeah. But also, if my basketball career goes further, I'd like to play high level at college, or maybe somewhere around the world for a professional team.
And I know so far you've had this being your first year, you've had a small sample size of getting to know each other and playing against each other in practice and stuff. But Rocco, can you give me a scouting report on Joshua?
Yeah, he's a great post player, very physical and strong. He can guard 1 through 5, I could say. He's quick on his feet and pretty athletic as well.
Joshua, how about Rocco?
Yeah, I'd say Rocco has great basketball IQ. He's good at finding the open man. Like, he'll throw a pass that you'd think's not there, and you can't leave him open either. He'll knock down the shot. He's definitely improving his ability to get to the rack, which I've seen as well. He was dunking a lot in practice yesterday, actually. Definitely improving his athleticism. Yeah, it's great to see. Yeah, great player.
How are you finding the community, the weather, the people in the area? What do you think?
Yeah, the weather's a big change. It says like the same temperature like back home, but it feels very much colder than there. And not really looking forward to the snow that's going to be coming soon. The people here are very nice. Everyone's friendly. Haven't seen any bad things happen around, but yeah, I like the area that we're at.
I'd say, yeah, it's definitely a bit colder than London. London can get cold at times, but it feels a bit different. I could say I'm used to the weather changing every hour sometimes, which is a bit different for most guys. But I've heard a lot about the snow, which hopefully I think I'm prepared for, but I guess we'll see when it comes.
Piece of cake, no problem.
Just one more question from me for you guys. Can you give me your most memorable basketball memory so far in your careers? Rocco, we'll start with you.
Probably winning our under-19 national championship for our rep team. I think it was this year. We won in the finals. It was pretty easy win, but our semi-final was like our most memorable win because we keep losing to the team every year, and beating them was like a great achievement for us.
I'd probably say my favorite basketball moment is back in under 15s, where we won the regional championships of representing London against other regions in the UK. We had such a great team, and it was just it was a great atmosphere there. I'd say that was my most fond memory. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, we'll take a commercial break. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just to fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that you typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCAA.
Welcome back, folks. Again, Dave Gagne, head men's basketball coach at the college. With me is Jackson Birmingham from the Sunshine Coast in Australia, not Queensland. We kind of messed that up a little bit. So we'll open up for questions.
Hey guys, Mark Turcott from WIGY Radio, and I think the obvious question, Jackson, is how does a young man from Australia, end up in Auburn, Maine at CM to play basketball?
Well, I guess always having that goal as a kid is wanting to come and play college basketball, where you see it online all the time and see all the videos, and it looks really enjoyable and fun. And so I went through a reporting agency called ANZBS, and Richard, like the same other Australians, and pretty much CM found me online, and Coach Kerry reached out, and as soon as I looked at the place, I loved it, so more than happy to come. Yeah.
Any differences in the game from what you experienced before?
Yeah.
Both in, just in approaches, strategies, perhaps even some coaching techniques that you found different from what you experienced before?
Yeah, so I guess like every coach is different in how they do it. Everyone's got different philosophies and stuff. So in Australia, it might be a little bit more technical and slower paced and all that, while here it's a lot more faster and physical. So you have to adapt to everything, and coach have done a really good job at letting us internationals transition easy. And we found it a quite comfortable transition so far.
Dave, you're well into your third decade coaching CMN's basketball, and I'm pretty sure 25, 28 years ago, a lot of players came from the greater Lewiston-Auburn area, and now you have players from 4 countries on this team. How did that happen?
Well, up until 2010, we pretty much recruited all in the state of Maine. 2010, things started to change a little bit. We started to go out of state a little bit to compete. About 2015, we started going out of country. And Pedro Badalassi was our first Aussie we picked up. We've had 15 Aussies since him. It is, I think, the coolest thing in the world to bring all the international kids in. They bring their cultures here. They bring their personalities here. Off the court, they are wonderful kids. On the court, they're hardworking, high IQ. They get after it. They're very coachable. It's just added a whole different element to everything that we're doing. The college itself loves them. The faculty loves them. Everybody seems to get along. They're very respectful. They're very, they're just terrific kids, kids that you want to be around. And we've been lucky to have 15 really good Aussies. And a couple of Kiwis. I can't leave those out because I get in trouble if I leave those out.
And UK.
And now we had Samson Alami, who's our first English boy, and now we have Josh, who's a fabulous kid as well.
Jackson, is this your first time away from home?
Yeah, mostly. I did a little bit of 7 months this year at the other end of Australia, playing basketball down there, which was a great experience before coming here. So made me kind of transition being away from home a little bit easier. But yeah, first time to America.
Yeah. How did friends and family take the news that you were coming to Maine?
I've actually had a couple of family members come here before. One on holiday one time many moons ago. So he was able to tell me, it was my uncle, tell me a little bit about Maine. But no, my parents were really happy for me, and so were my siblings. So no, they were really supportive of me in my decision.
Has living with your teammates made that transition easier? And what's that been like for you?
Yeah, well, my roommates are actually, they're both Australians, and Josh from England, so all internationals, and 2 from especially back home. So it's easy after like a long day and being around, a bit of uncertainty sometimes at first with American culture and classes and schooling and basketball as well, to come home to refreshing faces and accents and voices and slang and stuff like that we can kind of do in our apartment. So no, it is quite nice, and same with the Americans too, being around everyone just our own age and same interests. It's really nice and easy.
Coach, you journeyed to Australia some years ago.
We did.
How many years ago was that? And,
5 years ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and just tell us
5 weeks ago,
a little bit about what that experience was for you.
Well, one of our players in Australia, it's all club league basketball up through. There's no high school sports or college. And one of our players, Auntie, ran a basketball association in Darwin, Australia, which I have always classified as the Maine of Australia. And she invited us over and to run basketball clinics. And what we did is we flew in all our Aussie boys to work the clinics, and actually their families as well. We spent 3 weeks there and did clinics for 3 weeks. Had a marvelous time. We did talk shows and sports shows and parents groups, and I can tell you, I rented umpteen kids that want to come to the United States to play basketball. We spent a week in Melbourne, Australia, which is the heart of basketball, I think, in Australia. Sydney, Melbourne, cover the heart of basketball. And met a lot of kids there, and a wonderful experience, and just gained a new perspective of an appreciation for people from other countries. And now the plan is we're talking about going back to Australia again and doing some camps and clinics and heading over there to New Zealand to do some camps and clinics. If we do that, the condition is we have to fly all our Aussie boys in and our Kiwis in together. So we do things together. A lot of people talk about family, and every coach says it and every program preaches it. I think here it's real. And I think you feel that when you talk with the kids. It's a real thing. And people actually care about people here. And it's not just the coaching staff, it's the faculty and staff and people in the community. I'll give you a silly example. Boston this morning had his jersey and it ripped. The top part of the jersey ripped. Well, he brought it over to Jean Blais, who works in our student services, and she washed it, cleaned it, tried to get the pink out of the white on the washing, and sewed up his jersey and give it back to him this afternoon. That's the kind of support you get. And that's the kind of commitment you get from people that work here.
So Jackson, would you consider Auburn to be the Australia of Maine?
Well, it's actually funny because, I mean, I haven't been to Darwin, so Coach has actually got more experience in Darwin than I do, so I'll take his word, to be honest. But no, Albany's really nice. I'm liking it so far. It's a good community, and like Coach saying, the family and everyone wants to talk to you and know your background, and it's really refreshing to, kind of even let everyone know about it.
One thing we've been doing with the players is having them deliver scouting reports on each other, and I'm really looking forward to this because, Dave, I'd love for you to give us a scouting report on Jackson, and then we're going to let him talk a little bit about you.
Jax is a different kind of point guard. He's 6'3". He reminds me of Samson Alimi, our first Brett. Jack gets up and down quicker than anybody we got, gets the hoop, plays aggressive defense, very coachable, wants to learn, wants to get to the next level, and is in the gym probably 4 hours a day. Potentially a scholarship player, I think, at his position. I think the only thing stopping him is his own self. He's just got to develop a better shot. He doesn't want to shoot that much. He wants to be a passer, which I think he was in Australia. And quite frankly, he's a very good passer and a very good player and a kid that every coach wants. And I suspect when he's done here, whether it's a year or 2 years, that I suspect he'll end up somewhere else that's would appreciate him the way we appreciate him.
Jackson, how would you describe Coach Gagne as compared to other coaches you've had in your career?
He's willing to adapt to your skills. Like Coach has also said a lot to us, like we have, certain players on our team that are better at some things than others. And, we're not just going to do one play that's worked every year or hasn't some years. Coach makes plays that are suited to the players we have in our team. And, we played a scrimmage against Lee Academy not too long ago, and, we were able to use it effectively, and it showed in our scoring. And, I think we've got a really good team, and Coach takes it out on us and shows how optimal we can be when we play together.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I want to play, so
Boy, oh boy, huh?
So Jackson, what academic program are you in? And do you have any particular career goals at this point?
Yeah, so I'm doing business. I'm really liking that so far. So whenever I can use that down the track, I'm happy to do that. Basketball-wise, I'm just trying to play the best level I can play at. Same with like what Coach was saying before. If it takes me a year or 2 years, I'm loving CM so far. So we'll see how long that is. But hopefully transfer on afterwards to a place that wants me and wants the best out of me, and hopefully school-wise as well has something that I'm looking for. And then after that, either make my way back to Australia or anywhere around the world really to play.
Excellent.
Jackson, who is the biggest inspiration so far in your basketball career?
My biggest inspiration? Oh.
You do want to play.
Huh? Biggest inspiration? I like to follow people that I play like. My friends back home like to make fun of me because I love Dennis Schroeder. He's not the most popular basketball player in the world, but I think I play a lot like him, and sometimes I just don't follow the Michael Jordans and the LeBron Jameses. I like to imitate who I play like. So probably him.
Excellent.
I'd be remiss if I didn't send some kudos to Muncie Media and the opportunities that they provide us. We have kids from around the world whose parents and families can watch them play live. And I'm not sure many schools, and I know in our state don't do it, and I'm not sure at our level many schools do that, period, the way we do it. And I can't say enough about that opportunity for kids out there that want an experience like this, to leave home, find another home, but still be connected to their countries. And a lot of that is very much appreciated by the school and the job that they do. We have a photographer that's here pretty much every game, and he's got stuff up online every game. We try to keep as close contact as we can with the families. And it's amazing how many families will come to America to be with their kids. I know we have 3 or 4 of the kids going home over the break. And I think for Thanksgiving, I think Coach Carey's taking like 5 days to national to his house for Thanksgiving. So we do all we can to make sure this is a wholesome family experience on the court and off the court. And at the end of the day, our job as I see it, is one, when a student leaves our program, can they be a good father? Two, can they be a good husband? Three, can they be a good employer or a good employee? If we do those things, we've done our job. And a lot of people don't consider that Jack's parents and Harry's and Logan's and Josh's and Rocco's and Boston's, they sent their kids halfway across the world to us to entrust us with their kids' safety and their kids' protection, to make sure that they're set up for success. We take that incredibly seriously. It's not like the kid from, Portsmouth or from Camden, Kennery, or from Manchester, Hampshire, they're 2 hours away. These guys are 28 hours by flight. That I know personally. They're a long ways away, and there's a responsibility on our part to make sure they get the best experience they can, and that they leave here a hell of a lot better than when they came, and be prepared for the next level. So that's what we try to do more than anything else. So, all right, with that, we will close our press conference. Thank you all very much, and thank you to Roger and Mark Turcott, Ram, and our assistant coach, Coach Carey, and we'll see you all in a couple of weeks when the season begins.
When I walked through these doors, I was just blown away.
This is insane. It just caught my attention immediately.
This is the first place that I've seen like this decked out. It's pretty sweet.
What's the grand opening for our esports arena? We're talking 1,600 square feet of pure technology.
Like, I'm shaking being here. It's so cool.
There's nothing like it in Maine. We're ahead of the curve here.
It's definitely a big market, something you can make a living on.
I've always had an interest in esports.
So we're treating it like an extension of our athletic program. And then in addition to that, we're starting an esports management degree program.
It's just a different community for me to be a part of.
It really just helps me just be myself. It's just really fun.